In this class we will learn how to edit assembly components, both in the assembly environment and in the part environment. Every component inserted into an assembly becomes linked to this file. So, when inserting a part file into the assembly, it becomes referenced in this assembly file. Therefore, any changes made to the part environment, when opening the assembly, will be propagated to the assembly. Similarly, when you make a change to the part in the assembly file, it will be applied to the part file. Let's see how this works using the cylindrical roller bearing assembly shown. You can track using the assembly of the previous class, or another desired one. We begin by editing the inner ring of the bearing. We select this component in the Feature Manager, and in the floating bar we have the option Edit Part. We click this option and note that only the inner ring is shown solid, the other components are transparent. This type of editing is called in context, and that is when we edit the part in the assembly environment, that is, in the context of assembly. We click on the Revolve feature and see that the dimensions are displayed. Through the blue dot, we decrease the diameter from 25 to 15 mm. Note that the part has been updated. To exit component editing, click Edit Component on the toolbar or on the Confirmation tab. Note, the assembly has been rebuilt normally and displays the updated part. Now let's open this part to see if change has been extended to the part file. We select the component and click on Open Part. Note, the change was made to the part file. We will insert a new feature in this piece, Follow-up. Then we save and close the workpiece. Note that when you return to the mount file, a message appears stating that a template has been changed and asking if we want to rebuild the assembly now. Rebuild implies updating all assembly reference files. We click Yes and note that the change is displayed on the assembly. It is advisable that the mount files along with all the files of their components be saved in specific folders. And always be saved together to avoid loss of reference. Let's look at one more interesting feature when working with assemblies. In the Tools menu we click on the Assembly Visualization option. See that we now have the assembly information displayed, for example, visible parts or not. We make the outer ring invisible, see the modification in the chart. We also have information about the quantity of each component used in the assembly and the indication of which component has the highest mass. We can change the displayed property by clicking this arrow and choosing another property, Note. And even include columns, showing more properties. Explore this feature, as it is quite useful in working with assemblies, quickly showing important information. We have seen in this class the main ways of editing components and how this interferes with part and assembly files.